Recording.
Thank you, Catherine, and thank you for joining us. Appreciate it today. And let me say good morning to everybody, and we'll do a little bit of roll call by saying, Mr. Fisher?
Here.
Okay. Mr. Miller?
Here.
Mr. Kaplowitz?
Here.
Okay, and is anybody else on the screen with us, Catherine?
No.
Okay, and I guess we could say Chris is here because his name is by you.
Yeah.
Okay, enough. Chairman's comments, Peter just passed on the fact that to tell everybody hello and that he looks forward to being here somewhat after Christmas and hopes that everybody will have a good Thanksgiving and Christmas holidays. He also wanted to report that, which I'm sure you've already seen, that the flower boxes on the front entrances have been planted, and we have gone on with that particular project now that the heat has gone away, and we should have nice growth and pretty entrances. I'll start from let's let Jeff go for staff comments, and then I'll chip in a little bit, and then we can have a general conference. But go ahead, Jeff.
We did no planting in October. The rainfall for that was 1.1 inches, and your ending balance was $4,598.98.
Okay, and I'm remiss, I missed the last review the minutes for October 20th.
Yeah, I was gonna call it.
Yeah, and I just
I'll
overlooked.
move to,
All right,
oh, wait a minute, there is one error.
all right. Gus?
Under committee comments, number 3, where it says cluster X,
Mhm.
should be cluster V.
V is in Victor.
Yeah, that's our cluster. That's what we were talking
Okay.
about. So
All right, thank
minor
you.
problem.
All right. So as amended, Alan?
I hadn't noticed that, but I moved to amend.
All right, so Alan Kaplowitz has made a motion to accept the minutes as amended.
Second.
All right, Gus Miller is seconded. All in favor, George?
In favor.
Okay. All right, now Jeff,
All right,
do it again.
do it again.
Can you hear, can everybody hear Jeff? Okay,
Barely.
that's good. Microphones are working.
There's no plantings in October
Because of,
because of Ian and all
Yeah.
the cleanup that we had to do.
Mhm.
Your ending balance as of October is $4,598.98. Your rainfall was a little light at 1.1 inches.
kind of strange when you think we had a hurricane.
Is that October?
October, yes. You gotta figure Ian was in,
September.
September, that's
And
true.
then Nicole
and
didn't
then,
happen.
and then October, and then Nicole was in the beginning of November,
So that's right. So October was a drier month.
yes.
Mother Nature has a weird way of making it up.
And
October
we might
usually
want to
is.
add, because of some of the brownness, we may have talked about it at the last meeting, but some of the brownness, especially in the turf, is you get some winter weeds that die. And secondly, the county had us turned off of water for almost 30 days for our
Yes.
irrigation. We got them to turn it on after much belligerizing
Yeah.
conversations. And then the valve failed on the bottom side. So we were fully from here south
South,
to the
no
end of the
water.
property. We had no water for almost 30 days.
Mm.
Up north from Springdale north to Cortez, we were out about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I've
So
seen a difference in the turf.
things start to come back. Yeah.
The turf's starting to
Yeah.
green back up.
And what happened too is it was right on the heels of a fertilization that they came in and they put all the pellets down, and then we got no water. And so that kind of was a little detrimental to it also, but it's starting to come back now, and we've been running a little bit extra where we could within reason. So and so obviously that the good news is that we pay for the reuse water, and we had no purchases of reuse water that we average about $1,500 a month on for 2 months.
Yeah.
So and we turned it off. We had it turned off in September.
We had it off for like 3 months
Yeah,
because of the rainy season.
because of the rainy season, but then, you know, it's amazing. It comes in big, when it comes in big sheets like that, then it sits, then the little, where the pockets are, where the rain normally sits, where the water sits, where it doesn't rain or it doesn't collect, then the grass browns out too, even worse. And you can see it in some areas, but we're seeing some comeback, as you said. Yeah.
Is that normal procedure to turn it off at the end of it?
What happens is, well, we know something like the hurricanes are coming. We definitely do.
Yeah.
But we were getting dollar weeds everywhere, and those weeds are show you that there's overwatering in the area. And so, they used to use diazinon to kill them. If they come out here and just do a spray of diazinon, and all the dollar weed is gone. EPA won't allow it to be used anymore. And so, if you see big sprouts of weeds, the pretty weeds, they look like a silver dollars, only they're all green. That means too much
Are they
water.
real low to the ground?
Yeah, they just kind of hang in the grass.
There's some out.
Yeah, and that's an indication of too much water.
Kind of like in the order of a water lily family.
Yeah, that they kind of are, and they have, man, they have
They
roots
run
that go
forever.
from here to the cows.
Wow, okay.
All right, looks like, I'm sorry, Catherine, did you say something? No.
No, sorry.
Okay. We also have, we're about $45,000 in expense for hurricane cleanup. As far as the hauling debris, clearing the debris, and taking away. The last bill has yet to be paid. The board will go ahead and authorize it on Monday, because we're taking it from the storm reserve versus paying it from a normal operating account, because we have a reserve to pay for these type of things.
Does that cover any of the cost of the grounds crew doing it, or is that just?
Now that we kind of ate that up, because we had about $30,000 between the whole thing, and we expended about 45. So we usually just wrote checks to the cleanup people. And yeah, we're actually, even with the extra overtime with the crew cleaning up, we're within budget on salaries, because we're running some people short.
What was I gonna ask? Never mind.
Yeah.
It was there and it was gone.
Yeah. So it looks like all in all, it will be about $50,000, because we've had some roof leaks. 514, 756. What's her name?
Edith is
Edith.
460, no,
470,
476.
476, 509. About 6. We got very lucky. And if you've seen the new Wild Times, which I think Ellen has a copy now, our new newsletter, there's some pictures, some pretty graphic pictures of some big trees down. And here again, we went over that and talking to some people, and I think we talked about it last time. One of the reasons our trees blow over is that the water table's so high, the roots don't go down searching for water. Even our oaks that you would think would have big tap roots blow over, because there's no reason for them to go real deep. And when they get fully massive,
Look at the one out here.
that's it. Yeah, well, it took us 11 people that morning, the day after the storm, there was 11 people working on clearing that tree, just so we could get back in here.
Yeah,
You know, and then,
I came by and checked it.
yeah. And of course, we lost that one Norfolk pine that was about 80 foot tall. And if you'll see in the picture, it's leaning on the building. And so it was quite something. And it did cause the crack and a roof leak in that place. But all in all, unit 476 probably had the most damage, where the tree, there was actually 7 trees that went down in that complex. And we took out a window and slats, and we subsequently replaced the window, God bless you, and things of that nature. So we're kind of past that, and for the most part, we rebuilt the bridge. Jeff rebuilt the bridge to Pool 5. I've gone around and looked, and there's probably still 6 or 8 trees that we should probably consider taking down because of the way they're leaning subsequent to the storm.
We've got one over.
Yeah,
Jeff
you do.
talked about it.
Yeah,
I don't know if we can
Well, the thing of it is, after the first of the year, we get a change, an infusion of budget, because we've definitely maxed our budget out. You may have $4,000 in that line item, but by the time we've gone over and everything else, you know.
I'd like to see the one over by us if there's any way we can pull it back. I mean, it seems like it's healthy. It's not, there's not any debt up in it.
Okay, which would is it by,
It's right in front of, like, I don't know, it's Diane's unit. She's on the very,
724. Oh,
Huh?
no, 701,
no, other
No,
side, 725 or 4.
724.
Yeah, whatever.
Skipping-
by Skip?
Skipping
Is
Diane.
it behind it?
Yeah, it's like it's on the roadside. It's the shady lady that's actually in underneath behind the copperleaf.
That I was hoping we would be able to keep.
Yeah, we might.
Yeah,
be able to
definitely.
extract
Yeah,
it.
yeah, I know what you're talking about now. I wasn't sure where, behind the couple leaf
Yeah.
hedge. Yeah.
Doesn't seem like it's hurted.
Yeah,
No.
and that's been up, those are fairly new trees. I mean, we've got, well, they're about 4 years old.
Oh, that's.
Are you talking about the tree with the yellow leaves, John?
No,
The yellow,
no,
the
no.
yellow. There's
No, no,
there's
no.
a smaller one with the yellow flowers on the boulevard.
Yeah, that's still down and we know
Okay.
about that.
You can pull that up, right? You
Oh,
can
yeah.
lift
we're
that up.
intending to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, just stake that up. It'll be fine.
The problem with that tree is so beautiful. We've got 4 of them that they just go heavy masted and they're.
Right, they're top heavy.
Very top heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and so, but yes, that's still to be done, but what we're talking about, George, is if you were to go straight out and not, when you leave your complex, if
Yeah.
you would go straight instead of going left on the boulevard, immediately to your right, there's some copperleaf hedge there, and
Right.
there's, I think we put 2 or 3 shady
Yeah,
ladies
there's
in there.
One behind the copperleaf
Yeah.
and 2 up by the building.
Yeah.
Skipping Diane.
Yeah, so anyway, I think we can save those, yeah, but what I've seen is a couple of bottle brushes that have some real nasty leanings. Hello, Sue.
Hello.
All right, Sue Wolf is joining us.
I figure 75% of the meeting's better than 0.
Meeting, motion to adjourn. No,
Yeah,
just
the other-
kidding you.
The other thing with that shady lady is that there's a sprinkler line in it, in that part that's turned up. And I'm surprised I don't know, it could be leaking.
So we can see.
I don't know. I've not seen that head run. So,
But I mowed by yesterday and I didn't see any sand or anything like coming out from behind or anything.
okay,
So,
yeah. But it's in the root ball, it's kind of, because it's leaning with the
Yeah.
tree.
There's,
I was concerned about when Ian came, no, what's after Ian?
Nicole?
Nicole came, there could have been a lot of more debris up there that within the trees that we didn't know, and I was concerned that we'd lose some more, but we only lost 1 from Nicole.
Just a bunch of dead stuff.
Yeah, well, so I was worried about coming down that you didn't see, but not much came down. No,
there's a bush, and I'm trying to remember what kind of flower it is. In front of 132 that's blown over, but not all the way. It just got,
okay,
The bougainvillea.
probably bougainvillea.
yeah, it is.
Yeah.
No,
There's
it's
a-
out on the island.
There's a what you call it, copper leaf,
Copperleaf, yeah.
back in Lakeside. It's out by the street by itself, and it's kind of leaning over, and at one point, it was really wilting. Now it seems like it's kind of coming back.
They come back really good,
I don't
yeah.
know if it was wilting because of water or maybe wilting because of damage, but here
Could be
now that the
both.
water's back on, it
Right.
seems to be doing pretty good.
Take a look at it.
Yeah,
okay.
it just, I don't know. It might end up being okay and look good.
That row of bushes on the kind of the berm as you're going south, just before you turn right into Lakeside, really was going peaked until we got the water back on, but they're starting to come back. What are they called? They grow nice.
Those
Gingers?
are,
No,
I think those are Javas.
there's things that are, they,
Java's are
just
the,
like they have going into
yeah.
a palm
Yeah, that's
tree.
it's like a variegated copperleaf. It's called a Java.
Java,
Okay.
okay,
I know the one you're talking about, right on that little ridge.
Yeah.
yeah. They were
they
really
were-
going peaked when we lost our water. Yeah. Okay, did somebody else join us?
Chris,
Who dat?
There he
Hey,
is.
Chris, hi, Chris, how are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Everything go all right at church?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, we're kind of at, we just kind of finished staff reports. We talked about some of the damage and various members have told us about some things that still need to be addressed from the storm. We don't really have any owner requests at this meeting unless somebody has one here.
I don't have a request. I want to ask on Jeff's report, the $4,600 that's left over, is that 2022 money?
That's from this year, this
Yeah,
year's.
that's
budget, yeah.
that's from that line item, that we have what, I think it's $12,000,
12,000, yeah.
$12,000.
Is that really left over or is,
It's really left over on that line item, but since we're over on tree and cleanup and everything else, that money's really kind of gone.
it's going to be absorbed with that?
Yeah.
But we'll get new money January 1.
January 1st, and we don't really plant much until about March 1st.
March, April, yeah.
But so we can address maybe, well, let's let that come when it comes.
Okay.
Because we mulched the beginning of this year, so we won't be mulching right now, but it's something will probably be on the December agenda. If we have a meeting in December, no reason why we shouldn't, to talk about maybe mulching in January or February like we did last year, because we'll have the funds again. Chris, all right, well, we're gonna move to committee comments, and we've kind of been doing that because of the shape of the agenda. I want to start with Alan. Do you have any comments that you might want to make?
No, no.
All right, well, you've told us about the bush
Yeah.
and things of that nature. Sue? No, okay. Gus, I'm sure you have, you've already given us 2 or 3 things.
Yeah. And I don't know if this is really this committee's problem, but the dumpster trucks where they come into they do that little short turnaround. And I don't know what's different unless they've got a different driver, but they're running through the grass there at the front. And when they go through there pivoting those tires, it's
Tears them up.
tearing up at that corner.
It's not the same driver that we usually have.
Yeah, we've had issues. Number one, we have a contract with the, I mean, the county has a contract with us, I guess. We have to use who they use. They have a contract with Waste Pro. Waste Pro have had some real health problems. They've skipped us. We're applying for credits. We went actually 1 week
Last
Yeah.
week.
without
Yeah.
pickup anywhere. They're aware of it. They came out on late Friday and Saturday to make up for it, but there's no makeup when you miss 1 day. And the community I live in is quite out east. We've been missed. We have Tuesday, Friday pickup, and we've been missed for 3 Tuesdays, the whole community, 280 homes. So they've got some issues and the county knows it. And when they come in, unfortunately, there is new drivers and they don't take the same track, or they may make this problem. So we'll make that
I
available.
don't even know why they're coming in and turning through that.
Yeah, why they should do
Well,
that.
by the mailboxes, I mean, because if they're going to the back to get the dumpster,
Now, this is in V.
V,
All right, I'll bring it to their attention.
they did it again yesterday, and I'm assuming it's them by just the simple size of the tire tracks. I don't think it's the FedEx guys or the UPS. They would not do that kind of damage. They're just not that heavy a truck. But I noticed this morning out there that, you could see where they went through and it's eating up the grass, and it even pulls some of it out into the drive after they do it.
Okay.
I
I'll bring it to their
don't know if we
attention.
need a
We know-
giant boulder there to.
We know, well, that probably wouldn't hurt.
Yeah, we've done that quite a few
Yeah.
times.
It wouldn't hurt to put something over there.
I mean, it's a funny corner because the other side of it, it's nice radius.
Yeah,
That side is a nice, almost 90. And but it's a huge drive. I mean, there's really no reason.
Do we
even
have
for-
something we could put over
oh,
there?
yeah, I got,
All right, let's do that.
Bring us
You
a
know,
big boulder, that'll
Yeah.
take care of.
Yeah. But we get to know the trash supervisors on a first name basis lately.
I
So,
understand.
and
that.
so I'll let him know too.
Our dumpster-
George, did you have something you'd like to,
Well, in Palm Tree, they missed Tuesday, but they came yesterday instead.
yeah.
All right. The other question I have, can you tell us how many landscapers we have and who they are? I mean, is Alfredo gone?
Alfredo's on vacation.
Oh, okay, because I haven't seen him around in a while, but I haven't been around in a while either, but,
Yeah, no, he was here up until last Thursday, but he's on
Okay.
vacation.
okay,
And
okay.
so we have Eddie. we have,
Eddie, right.
Jeff. We have
Okay.
Alfredo. We have Chester.
Chester's the guy that drives the tractor, right?
Yeah,
That's it.
Right.
that's it now. Yeah,
4?
yeah. We're down to 4 and looking like crazy for somebody. Nobody wants to work. They're offering on the beach right now, $25 an hour for landscapers and can't find them. And we can't find them for our 16.
They're coming across the border like crazy.
I know,
Yeah.
but they all get stipends.
Maybe DeSantis shipped out too many?
Yeah,
They go to
So-
Martha's Vineyard.
yeah, they're in, no, we should bring them back from Martha's Vineyard. You're
Get
right.
them from Martha's Vineyard. They got plenty of landscapers.
So, I mean, yeah, we're there. And of course, John Mercer left us and so I've got my fingers crossed on a gentleman who looks very qualified. He's helping his brother rebuild his house in Sanibel, and he should be done by Thanksgiving, and he's interested in talking to us for December. So we'd like to get the staff back up to full speed. And when you think about the work getting done right now with basically 3 people on the grounds, it's Herculean, but it's pretty damn good. But it's still looking a little fuzzy out there, no question about that.
So the 4 count you, right? So what would we, everything being great, what would we have?
We've had as many as 6, but 5 is where we've been operating with best.
5 with Jeff.
Yeah.
Counting Jeff.
So we're down to 4 now?
Yes,
Is,
we had 6 at one time, and for some reason that position was always weak, and we just decided 2 years ago we were able to accumulate. The boys came together and said, give us a little bit more money and we won't need that position, and that's what we did. So they each got a small raise and we eliminated the position, but now we lost another one because,
You went back to Mexico?
is there any way we can put pressure on the other condo associations on the road?
we've called their management companies. As a matter of fact, I'm not going to mention a name, but I got a call from Spectrum, and this is off the base, but I got a call from Spectrum yesterday, and she said she was an account retention specialist and that we hadn't paid our cable bill for 4 months. And I said, what? And we pay them about $35,000 a month. It turned out it wasn't us, but it was another community that borders us. And so they've got some cash flow issues apparently. And yes, I've asked them to get rid of it, but I know that they're having a special assessment in Wildwood 2 to pick up their debris. But this is Spring Lakes debris here.
Do they own up to the road? How's that?
Yeah.
Where's that division line
That's,
down?
well, in here, it's all private. And that's the reason we had to pay for our removal.
Right, I understand
Yeah,
that.
so they own up to the road. Yes.
They own. up
Yeah,
to
that's
the
their
road.
property to the road.
They're responsible for that side of the road.
Yes. And, the management company says, yeah, I put it before them, but they haven't made a decision yet. I'd half a mind to call code enforcement, but I don't think we want to get into that where we're calling on our neighbors.
No.
But it looks bad. It does.
It's a fire hazard.
Yeah, it is. And as you go out, when you leave on the 34th, there's debris out there that one of our owners called because they almost got T-boned because they couldn't see. They had to pull out far enough on 34th, and it became very close to a very bad accident.
The lights out there on the sign are,
Haven't worked, and
well, they're twisted around facing the wrong way.
we've let them know there. See, what happened was that Wildwood 2B, their management company decided that they didn't want to work there anymore. And so they've got somebody new now, and so they're just learning over there. And they're in charge of that sign, and they're in charge of the debris and everything like that. And they just had their dues just went to 1650 a quarter, and special assessment of $3,300 to get rid of storm damage and do some roof surfacing. They also lost a roof over there. So it's as they don't have reserves. I mean, so when ours go to 1435 with 100% funding of reserves, it's apples and oranges, really, when you think about it.
How many units are back? Wildwood 2.
Wildwood 2 has 4 different sections. There's 48 in 2B, 48 in C, and I think 32 in D. So there's about 125, something 126.
And how many's in ours?
558.
558. And what about?
Spring Lakes is set up in 6 different associations, and there are about 24 units in association. So they actually have 6 associations and a commons. My company used to manage it, I know.
6 units at 24 each, roughly.
Yeah.
6 villages.
Yeah.
What you did Preco Bay Club.
Yeah.
And that's how that was too.
Preco Bay had 17 associations.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah. Did you ever?
I didn't live there, but I looked at buying there.
Yeah.
And it was like.
Yeah, we did. I had the master and 15 of the 17 associations. It's crazy. Just crazy.
It was hard to figure
Well,
out if
you know, I'll tell you why they did it. See, this community here was one of the earlier condominiums built, okay? And it was built, really, it's come out of the ground in 79 or so. And that was one of Neil's first projects. And Neil's probably the biggest builder around here now, other than these national builders. In those days, you put them up and you had 500, you had 600 units and so on. Pretty soon, the developers found out in the late 80s that if we build the same amount of units, but if we split them up into smaller groups, they don't have the deep pockets to come back after us for deficiencies. And that's really what happened. And what happens is, you know, we at 558 can put together a nice war chest to go. But next door at 24 units or 36 units, costs a lot of money for those people to go back and to try to enforce things. So that's why we have such a nice size one. And from then on, everybody goes small. I actually knew somebody who built a condominium in Sarasota who asked me to be their manager. It was 300 units. He made 10 units. Each 10 units were an association. And then he made 2 of the units a homeowners association. So the whole thing wouldn't fall under condominium rule. And it took those people 6 years to put it all together so they could go back. I mean, it's amazing what can happen. Anyway, sorry, Chris, did you have something you'd like to say?
Well, I did attend a seminar that the Extension Service put on about trees, and it was a very good seminar. And I'll go back, and I'm pretty sure I've got some materials that I can share with the rest of the committee on that.
Good. Is something go on the website maybe, or?
Yeah, I can do that, and I'll send it to the different landscape members as well.
If you'd like to send it to me, I can distribute it if you want.
Okay.
Okay. It was, I've rebuilt my whole contact list. I had like 800, and when whatever changed, I lost all my contacts. So I've been busy putting new contacts in, but I got a complete list of the committee. So, okay, anything else?
Other comments from us?
Yes, or owners, and you're both.
The flowers, it might be worth having the sprinkler guy check out all the beds and make sure they're getting watered.
When they first went in, he went daily with his own
Tank.
pump, and he was watering them daily.
I think there's a couple that aren't getting
Really?
irrigated. I
Well,
mean,
let's look
other
at it.
than-
Okay.
I was, I've actually gone out and watered ours, but
Okay.
I
Well,
know
we don't
the-
want to lose them.
Well, the irrigation seems to be working now. I've
Oh,
noticed.
it's working, the grass is like 2 feet high. when
Yeah.
was
Well, but I
mowing.
mean, the beds, the flower
Yeah.
beds are actually getting
Getting
wet.
wet.
Yeah. I know, like I said, ours, last couple of mornings, they've gotten, so they're good. And I'll keep an eye on them too.
Okay, that's a good point.
Um,
But yeah, Ed was for initial, when everything got planted, to make sure that they got water right away. He was going around on a daily basis for the first week or so
Mhm.
and,
Watermelon.
and watering them in.
They're already grown.
Yeah, yeah. Should turn out nice.
I don't know if this is really this committee, but it's kind of grounds. The bridge behind us, have you seen the graffiti on
Yeah, we're gonna paint over that. The little bridge that we put in to alleviate traffic behind the buildings in 700. Somebody wrote high, big beastie.
High bronze or big bronze or.
No,
something,
big
yeah.
big beastie is what it is. And they wrote it on the floor of the bridge. So it's just something we haven't got around to paint.
it? I just,
But I don't know if you noticed, we cleared out that whole area
Oh, it
of
looks
the
good.
debris because just one of those things that had to be done because that's where that weir where the water goes. All the water from all the lakes go around and go out that and go into the big lake. So that's something we have
so it
to,
goes from there to the big one.
yeah, it goes underground and goes to the big lake.
No, it looks good back there, except your, what do you call them? Bamboo?
Yeah.
The,
Oh, on the
on the
bank.
bank, they're coming back up. And if you,
You could pour gasoline on bamboo and cattails. And they won't go away.
they're already back up this
Yeah.
tall.
Yeah, the only reason they're there is to keep the bank in place.
Yeah, that bank's kind of steep road.
Behind to the north of the 200 buildings, there's a lake in there, and the boys affectionately call it the Blue Lagoon. I guess they call it the Blue Lagoon because a lot of the chemicals seem to make that lake look blue.
Yep.
But it's cattails that go all the way around it. And we can trim them down to this high. And 4 weeks later, they're knee high almost.
Mhm.
It's amazing some of the growth on some of this, and you can't kill them.
I got another question for you. It has really nothing to do with this. Last week or the week before, I was walking that gravel path that's by the bridge, came upon a turtle, big turtle. And it looked like it was building a nest right in the middle of the gravel path.
The one going to pool 4?
Pool 6.
Pool
Where the bridge.
Oh,
graffiti
pool 6.
bridge.
Yeah. Okay.
that-
Really?
I've got pictures of it and I left her go. I was worried if she was really gonna lay eggs, because you know how they do, they dig with their back feet to dig a hole. And then she finally crawled off and went back into the lake. And then I went over to check because I was gonna mark it if there were eggs or anything there. And it didn't look like there was anything there. So
She probably covered it up.
well, I dug down a little bit. I was kind of curious because I wanted to mark
Yeah,
it.
I think you'd know if she laid, you know.
Yeah,
you're
I
right.
didn't see anything.
Yeah.
She didn't dig that deep. Maybe, because you know, once you dig down and you
Yeah.
get into hard rock,
She probably couldn't dig anymore.
that's why she didn't lay it there. I was worried. I mean, it was gonna be right in the middle of the path. And everybody walks back there in the golf carts.
Yeah,
It was a big turtle. I've never seen them out of the water before.
well, we've seen some big ones on the street.
Oh, yeah,
Snappers.
there's a snappers. This was one of the, it's got the big tall dome shell.
Oh, soft shell.
It's kind of a grayish color.
What they call, they call them digging, tortoise turtle,
Yeah.
tortoise turtle,
Is that what?
tortoise turtles. Not easy for me to say,
Yeah.
where they dig.
Yeah, that's kind of neat.
Yeah, because I've had one in my yard at home where I live, and it's, comes out of the lake and he just starts making holes, or she.
Yeah, I've called 3 or 4 times because they get caught in my courtyard. I've rescued 1 or 2, but we've had to call the office to
Well,
rescue
knocking
some
on
of
your
them.
door. Hey, I'm here, I'm
I
here.
do, I have him, he's up against I have a picture from the inside, I can see the underneath of the turtle because he's up against the door.
He wants lunch.
Yeah, it's interesting, come to think of it, I hadn't thought of it till now, but the wildlife, I don't think we've had any coyote sightings since the storms.
Oh.
Or have
Oh,
you?
yeah,
Oh,
my,
yeah.
I had one, I was with my dogs behind, back behind my condo, real close to the pool. And we were just standing there. I was letting them kind of do their thing. Here comes a coyote from over by the pool, by the bridge, and just streaked past me like its tail was on fire and went right into the other, over there on the other side of the pool where it's real heavy.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
And my dogs were going nuts and
Oh,
it
yeah.
did not slow down when it, I mean, it went with 20 feet from me.
Wow,
And I'm like, you know,
this
first
is
you just-
recently.
this was just, what's today? It was like Monday.
Oh, well,
Oh,
then I
no.
stand corrected.
Oh,
Because
there's-
usually
Yeah,
we get
There
called.
was a
Yeah.
sighting in Palm Tree about 3 days ago.
Oh, well,
May have been the
okay.
same one.
Could be.
It was about 3 days ago.
Well, we want to keep that alert because of the dogs. We don't need any lunch going to the coyotes.
Well, I had 2 little ones there for lunch and this coyote did not, I
He
mean,
was
it
just
didn't
gone.
break stride one bit going right past me. Like something was chasing it.
Well, they had some pups. Some people saw some pups earlier in the spring.
Well, and then 2 nights ago, they were out by the pool howling again. And that was more than one. I can tell you that.
Well, we are preserved.
Mhm.
And another thing I saw the other day for the first time was a Florida banded water snake. You ever seen one of those around here?
We don't even know what it
I
is.
never even
I've
heard that.
never seen one. I had
What
to
has
look it
been,
up.
what,
It's got, it's basically a dark gray, kind of, you know, like a water snake
Right.
looks. But it has segmented brown bands around it.
really?
And I've got pictures of it. I guess a car got it right out there in front of our unit on the
Oh,
main road.
it
It was dead. It was
dead.
over in the grass.
Huh, you see it, Jeff?
About that big around, about
Oh,
30 inches
my.
long. I found him and back over and bagged him up, threw him, and I was afraid of
Well, I was
dogs.
gonna say, yeah, because normally we get a call to pick those kind of things up.
I just threw him in
Well,
a
it says it's
dumpster.
non-venomous, so that's good. We
No,
can
it's
have
a
family
non-venomous.
Wow.
I've got pictures of it. I mean, he was clearly dead, but he was fresh dead because when I picked him up, he was flexible. He was not hard yet.
Ah,
It had to have just happened.
That must be a guy thing, picking up dead snakes.
we have a picture, Sue has brought up a picture on Google and it's kind of, it looks kind of like a nice snake if there's such a thing. It's black and brown. Interested. I've never heard of
I've
it.
never, I mean, I had to go look it up. Trust me, I went back and got my gloves and garbage bag and picked him up by his tail and we had a ceremony at the dumpster.
One time, I guess it's 5 or 6 years ago now, Jeff, I was driving down the boulevard on the right side and there was a white python, an albino python.
Oh, yeah, I
Really?
remember that.
But it was just kind of in its last breath. And so we probably figured that it was somebody's quote unquote pet. They dumped it because it was very sick. Remember that, Jeff?
It
But
was
an
huge.
albino python, you just don't expect to see.
No.
Okay.
The website also tells you what the difference is between that and the cottonmouth. So it's kind of like, okay, yeah, be
You'll
very
know
careful.
cottonmouth.
Yeah. Well, and we know there's cottonmouths around. We know that. That's
And
why
the
one of the
cottonmouth
reasons.
is
they
The
don't
funny thing was
venomous.
this guy was so far, he was really out closer to Diane's unit, which is over by the
Yeah.
tree that's leaning. And he's
Hmm.
pretty far from water. I mean, strange that they would get that far. There's my picture of him.
Oh, wow. That's a good sized snake.
He didn't, yeah, I mean, he was about 30 inches long when you picked him up and stretched him out.
Yeah. Probably 2.5 inches.
No, he was about an inch, maybe
Inch.
inch and a quarter.
Okay.
Actually kind of fat for a water snake. They're
We're
usually kind of-
seeing another picture, the one that the Gus got. So sorry, can't everybody see that, but maybe under our new arrangement, huh, Chris?
Share picture.
If we go on TV or something like that, we'll be able to show some of that stuff. Okay. Anything else anybody would like to talk about? Do we want to have a December meeting? Or do we want to have an early January with a new budget and everything and not coincide or interrupt anybody's holiday plans? What's your all thought?
What do you recommend?
I'm gonna be here every day. But I mean, if, I don't know, Gus, you going home for Christmas?
Yeah, I was gonna say, if we haven't, yes, we are leaving on the 17th. So if we're gonna have one, we need to have it earlier. Because
Earlier.
I would think there's other owners that are gonna be cutting out.
Yeah.
Typically, we don't do it December
Yeah.
because of Christmas.
Why don't we just have a fairly early January and then we'll have our new budget. We can start some planning for what we want to do the year. What's y'all feeling? What do you think, George and Chris?
That sounds good to me.
Yeah, that's good.
All right, let me, how about maybe the second Thursday of, since we're on Thursdays? Whoop,
Twelve.
I didn't bring my phone.
January 12th.
January 12th. How does that sound? 10 o'clock.
Good. Good.
All right, 2023. Holy
Oh,
cow.
boy, oh, boy.
I remember when Y2K was gonna ruin the country. That was yesterday, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Day before.
Yeah. Holy cow. Okay, oh, I wish everybody a good holiday if we don't see you in between. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Anything further?
No.
Motion to adjourn, please.
I move to adjourn.
I'll second it.
Thank you, Alan. Thank you, Sue.
That's the only reason I'm here.
Thank you, guys. Have a good holiday, you and your wife
Thank you.
Yeah.
You too.
and your dogs.
And the dogs. Oh, yeah, they're always.
They go back, do you drive back and forth?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you all. Thank you.
John, when you speak to Peter again, send our regards.
I certainly will. I certainly
you.
will. You're quite welcome. Thank you. Thanks, Catherine. I think she's gone.
Yeah, she's muted.
Okay. Thank you, Chris.